Greetings, Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, and Gemini Moon. Welcome to your Tarot Videoscope for May 2020 by Ama Lightworker. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. When you subscribe, please remember to turn on the notification bell. This way you are going to be notified every time that I upload videos and every time that I'm going to be going live. These are general readings. Make sure that you also listen for the video for your rising sign and moon sign because you are going to get additional information. If you'd like to get your very own private consultation with me, please visit my website www.amalightworker.com and email me at amalightworker@gmail.com. For those of you who are interested to know more, there's two ways. You can always go to the Vimeo videos to purchase an additional reading. It's a whole new reading for each sign of the zodiac. And if you are interested, the link for the Vimeo videos is posted down here below in the show more description box. Or you may choose to join the membership program. The membership program has different levels and different perks. The extended membership readings for each sign of the zodiac are twice as long as the Vimeo videos, and there's different levels, as I said, and a lot more benefits. So if you decide to join the membership program, either click on the join button right here next to the subscribe, or if you scroll down in the show more description box, you're going to find a link to join the membership program. Thank you so very much. With that being said, I will now focus on this reading for you, Gemini. The general feelings that I am picking up have to deal with financial matters, matters of higher spiritual pursuits, having to make choices, opportunities presenting its way to you, and having to act on these opportunities, but also dealing with changes. Dealing with changes. So it feels like karmic events are still continuing to happen throughout May as well. So now I will break this down for you, a card per card. I will tell you the meaning of the card first, and then I will tune in to hear my spiritual team. What do they have to tell you about this card? The first card that showed up for you is the Ace of Pentacles. To me, it means a new solid gain, a new friend, new wealth, or new prosperity. And sometimes this card to me also means engagement, being engaged. Some of you are going to be looking into opportunities that have to deal with an investment. For those of you who do invest in stocks, in bonds, or in other business affairs, they're talking about the possibility of you considering some form of partnership. I also have the impression from this card that they're not talking about completely new out of the blue business opportunities, partnership opportunities. It feels like something that maybe started 2 or 3 months ago or even longer, in some ways is starting to make a comeback. For any legal activities that either got stopped, nothing was happening, they're showing me now new developments in regards to legal activity. Many of you are going to be looking into new ways to make profit. You may be looking into new ways of cutting your expenses. Some of you could be getting at this time a loan, being approved for a loan. Somebody could be offering to you financial help. But there's also the promise of some money about to come in. They're talking about how your work is expanding, and throughout summer you may not see the evidence of it just yet, but I keep getting a sense that you are still in a good flow with money. And throughout summer, how money is going to show up for you is going to show up in surprising ways. Right now, it feels that in May, you are going to be setting yourself up for success. If you need to look at any contracts, if you need to look into expanding your craft, expanding your business, expanding your career, expanding your work, but you are also going to be looking into anything that potentially you may be investing either your money or your energy, because you know in the long run is going to be well worth it. Some of you may be looking into ways to invest into a property. You may be looking into ways of doing it yourself, so you save money from that you have to pay to somebody else to do it. For some of you, I also keep hearing that you are learning new things, or you could be going through some sort of a training program. So you are going to be looking into anything that you may be purchasing, anything that you may be putting your money into. You are going to be looking at it from the perspective, is this an investment? If I'm paying for a course, is this a good investment? Is it going to bring more into my life? For some of you, it feels like you could be going through some sort of a process where maybe you're going to link bank accounts together, maybe you and your spouse or somebody that you're planning on marrying. I get a lot of activity around joint finances. Maybe you already have joint finances with a spouse or a business partner. There's going to be a lot more activity around joint finances, but also you may have a lot more questions that you are seeking answers about activities in these bank accounts. The next card that you have is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card that also showed up for another sign for the month of May. I don't remember which one. So again, I will tell you the meaning of the card, and then I will focus on listening to what the Akashic Records have to tell you about this card. I'm sorry, to what my spiritual team has to say about this card. The High Priestess to me represents waiting, trading, learning, finances, higher education, higher spiritual pursuits. When you get this card, it means that you are going to be getting help in decisions. It represents somebody who knows good and evil and is able to make a decision without being influenced. Represents somebody who attracts people who seek her advice. But it also could represent a teacher or a mentor. For some of you, it is time for either to part ways, or it is time for some sort of a division. You may going through files and divide files into different categories. You may be going through clothes and doing some sort of selection. You may be going through any subscriptions that you may have and going through some sort of selection. You may be going through friends, a group of people that you belong to, organizations, communities, online communities that you belong to. And again, it feels like you may be doing some sort of a separation or selection. It feels like all kinds of activities are going to be highlighted, but they're also talking about important communications that basically are going to make or break a situation. So it's going to be either yes or no. Yes, I'm proceeding in this direction, or no, I'm not proceeding in this direction. Some of you are going to get a consultation because you are going to be needing a quota on something. You're going to need an estimate on something. You want to know the price or how much it's going to cost before you proceed to pay for it. You could be applying at this time for an extension. You may be applying for a loan. You could be dealing with credit cards. Some of you are going to be dealing with taxes, a charge, an expense that may be showing up, maybe surprisingly. So for some of you, there is some sort of an expense that will be showing up in May. You could be looking into seeking answers from your dreams through meditation. You may be getting important messages and revelations in your dreams. Some of you are going to be looking more and more into the support group that you have And for many of you Geminis, I have a sense of a woman showing up to support you in many ways. For some of you, this could be a mother or a mother figure to you. This could be a friend. This could be a sister. I get a sense of one woman or a group of women showing up to support you in some ways. There's going to be some sort of a reconnection. You could be reconnecting with your spiritual group, women that support you spiritually. You may be reconnecting with family, with friends, but there's going to be a sense that there is a flow of communication. Something in the flow of the communication could be going wrong. There's going to be some sort of a miscommunication that needs to clear. If there was a friendship situation where there was some problem, it will show up again in May, because for some of you, you need to focus on healing some sort of a communication problem in a friendship. But you may also be dealing with certain emotions from the past. They are going to show up for you to heal them, or for you to deal with them. You may also be dealing with situations, circumstances from the past. Many of you are still going through this transformation that very much is connected to love, your physical appearance, healing your body and your health, and something in connection to your career, because many of you Geminis, within the arc time of 2 years, so this year and next year, you are bound to have some sort of a gigantic leap in gigantic transition, a big leap into a new career for some of you. If you happen to have a business, you are going to be looking more carefully and analyzing matters of your business and what can you do to improve or to make more profit. And you could be also consulting specialists about it, energy workers, banks. You could be consulting somebody who gets paid to consult businesses. The next card that you have is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords, if it represents a person, usually it represents Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. This could be the sun sign, the rising sign, or the moon sign. Now, this could be you because this is a reading for Gemini. It also represents travel, passion, messages coming to you from far. It represents a career move, a spiritual or a philosophical message, a person full of energy who is seeking new places to satisfy his or her curiosity. It also sometimes means being at the center of attention to a leader. Matters of improvements are going to show up. For some of you, maybe you are going to have to act quickly into a property-related matter, either to address an issue with a rental contract or rental agreement, moving in, moving out, a buying or selling of a property. If it is a matter of a relationship that shows up, many of you Geminis need to be very careful. And you have to look at, are you jumping in too soon? Any decision that you may be taking in regards to a relationship or a marriage, okay? Creating a marriage or getting out of one, creating a relationship or getting out of one, you have to look at it because there could be other things that maybe you have not considered. You have to be very careful with any decisions that you may be taking because you don't want that decision to be premature. Many of you are going to be looking at details of something. You may be dealing with written instructions and you have to analyze those or follow it step by step. You may be dealing with details to documents. You may be purchasing something that you need to put together, therefore you have to look for the details and how to fix it, repair it, or how to put it together. Some of you are going to be looking into making changes into the space where you live. I get some of you having to fix windows. I get some of you fixing or cleaning even a porch. And I also have a sense that through this Page of Swords, you may be getting some news or information, and you are going to be questioning it. Is this reliable or not? Is this news or information reliable or not? You may be having some sort of a trust issues, either trusting yourself or trusting this news or this information or this particular person, because for some of you, these cards represent a different person other than yourself. You are going to be dealing with situations being presented to you out of nowhere, or even changes, and it's going to be up to you to how you emotionally react and how you emotionally manage the situation, because solutions are going to be right in front of you, provided that you are going to be able to put your emotions aside. The next card that you have is Big Happy Changes. This is from a different deck. The meaning of the card is, when you get this card, usually it means that changes or opportunities for a change will be presented to you. Opportunities to enter a new career path, opportunities to enter a new relationship, opportunities to move home or to move to a different city. If that's the case and you are presented with changes, you are asked, instead of fighting the changes, instead of trying to make sense at everything, try to embrace the changes. These changes would have not shown up in your life unless you were equipped to handle it, unless you were capable, having the talent, the skill to do it. And sometimes it also does require a huge leap of faith. It means that when these opportunities are presented to you, it means that you are ready for those opportunities. So it may be time for you to put aside and to release any fears, any doubts, because it is time for you to genuinely start to follow your heart. For some of you, there's a lot of emphasis in opportunities being presented to enter the next stage of a relationship. I also get the sense that for some of you, one of your fears is going to be, do I have enough money to go through this? So for some of you, it feels like maybe financial situations could be affecting a relationship or a marriage. Changes are going to be presented to you either all of a sudden or under a disguise. Because it's going to feel very hard at the beginning. You are not going to be able to see the positive aspect of it. Between now and September, this is the time frame highlighted for many of you, as you are going to be dealing with changes and opportunities suddenly presented to you, or changes in disguise. They're going to show up carrying maybe a lot of emotional drama, but somehow they're going to work out because they are meant to happen right now. But there's also going to be a huge sense of reconnection. You reconnecting with your inner child. You reconnecting with your dream. Reawakening of your senses, reawakening of some sort of your old beliefs. In some ways, Geminis, you are going to be becoming more and more in tune with yourself. You are going to be becoming more and more into your own power. And for those of you who are going to have to deal with a family circumstance, it feels like in due time it's going to get better and there are going to be improvements. But for right now, there's going to be highs and lows into a family-related situation. I hope that this is making sense to you. And of course, if you'd like to know more, I made a whole new reading for your sign. It is an Akashic reading, and it is available for download and purchase for those of you who are interested. The link for it is down here below. And if you want even a more extended reading, I did a whole new reading for you, a second new reading, which is twice as long as the Vimeo videos, and it is available to you by joining the membership program. Either click the join button right here next to subscribe, or there's a link for you to join the membership club in the show more description box down here below. Thank you again so much. Do take a look at the video for your rising sign and moon sign, because you are going to get additional information. And if you'd like to contact me for a private personal reading, please email me at amalightworker@gmail.com. Thank you, and I will see you again next time. Bye.